buttery croissant. Very chatty today, very chatty vlog. Rambling. Stop. Shh. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am the owner of the Sugar Bell. This week's vlog is going to be very chatty because I just haven't really filmed that much. The bits that I have filmed have annoyed me and I've deleted them. So it's going to be a chatty catch up, markets and whatnot, and just lots of me. So first things first, markets. Oh yes, I have this. This is from Millie. Prints by Millie. Beautiful little pad that I've been using to document what I need to say. So, market number one. Let's go back to my market. So I thought in this vlog I would do a recap of my market weekend. I had a weekend of markets. So on the Saturday I was at the Blue Moon Market in Birmingham, and on the Sunday I was at Staffordshire Summer Market in Stoke. What I thought I'd do is talk about both of those markets and then also do like a checklist of things that this is just my advice, I think are kind of essential for a market stand. So for those of you that have never done one before or are thinking of doing one, what you kind of need to have an efficient stand for the day. Also budget friendly. I got everything on a budget because I can't afford anything. So let's have a recap on my market. So market day number one, Blue Moon, Saturday. Beautiful. Here's me setting up my table in high speed. If only I could do it this quick in real life. So that was a lovely day. It was a beautiful sunny day. The markets are always, Charlotte who runs the Blue Moon markets, everything is always so smooth, so organised. And she had some really big personal things going on that week, massive in fact, and yet she still showed up for everybody. It was a wonderful day. They always are. I love the Blue Moon markets. I've said it before, they are my favourite. Everyone there is so incredible, so many different makers, and it's always a really good day. She advertises well. There's flyers everywhere, there's signage everywhere. There was a farmer's market on outside as well, so that was brilliant. So we had a lot of foot traffic. But yeah, wonderful day. Sales-wise, I haven't done a tally of sales because I haven't. I think I made about £200 that day, which is perfect. My best sellers were stickers, and a couple of prints were good sellers at that day. Not A4 prints, but little 5x7 prints. They were really popular. My second market on the Sunday was in Stoke. I'm not from Stoke. It's about 50 minutes away to an hour away from me. The venue was amazing. It was such a lovely venue. It was super quirky. Reminded me of Digbeth in Birmingham. Very industrial, but it was in an area that was quite far out, I think, from Stoke. So it was a ticketed event. So you would have had to have bought a ticket and then come to the event. Although I think they did sell them on the door as well. But it wasn't a place that would have foot traffic at all. So that being said, it was a big venue, so there was other people there, but they were there for occasions. I know when I walked through, there was like a baby shower and there was a restaurant and a bar. So I think people that would have walked through, they were already at an event, if that makes sense. So not really like passers-by. That was beautiful, that venue. Let's have a little walk. I'll walk you through as I'm talking. It was weird to get through. You had to go through the restaurant and then through some like corridors, and then you were out into the market. My stand was in front of the stage, and there was a really lovely guy there called Tim who was performing and singing throughout. And he was so lovely. And he even took requests. I requested Fleetwood Mac and anything from the 80s, being an 80s baby. And he was just lovely. So we were being serenaded by him. This was, it was a different day. It was a very different market. And to be honest, it was so well organised. It was raining that day and it was really busy, but I don't think people were buying that day. I wasn't the only person who I spoke to from the other vendors there that said they had really low sales. There were other people that did really well, but for me personally, and a couple of others, but for me, it was the worst market I've done for sales, and I only just made my table fee back. I think in total it was about 50, 55, 60 pounds that I made that day. So not the best for sales, although I always say I just want to make my table fee back or earn the same that I do in my day job, which is more than £60. But not a brilliant day for sales. But in total over the weekend, I was really, really pleased with the amount of sales and the money that I'd, put back into the business. So yeah, it was good. I wanted to give a massive shout out to my husband, who's probably going to kill me because he does not like, even though he is the bell to the sugar, he does not like to be on camera. He's not one of those at all. But that weekend, I could not have done without him. I couldn't have done anything. I can't do anything without him anyway. He is my bestie. But he was there unpaid on his weekend off. I'm on holiday, so it was fine for me. But he got home on Friday and he helped me prepare. He packed up the car. When we got there, he drove, he put everything in, all the heavy lifting, he did it all. And then he sat there with me for 2 days. 2 days. And I just think he's wonderful. So, Mr. Bell, my darling, you are wonderful. Thank you so much. I bought him a pint and he was as happy as a lark. And yeah, I love you. Thanks. Market setup. So let's look at market setup and what I think is kind of essential when you are setting up your market stand. Now, I did do a video on how I made my stand from scratch last year, which I'll link somewhere. And that kind of goes into more detail. But I had a few people, I say a few, one, ask me about the stands that I had made. And so I just thought I'd do it on here because we made them ourselves and they're actually brilliant. And we do get a few people comment on them when we go to market vlogs. So MDF. I got some MDF from B&Q. You can buy them in like a massive sheet and then you can have it cut to size for free in B&Q. They do that as part of their service. They only do straight cuts. They don't do curved cuts. But what I did was have 3 boards, 1 on each side. You can see there's the yellow one and the pink one, and then I've got a purple one in the middle. I had those cut to size in B&Q. My incredibly talented husband then used, I don't know what power tool, to make the curved edge on top of the sugar bell. And he also added these little hinges to the back, which means that they can stand freely at a bit of an angle. So that's how we made those. I can't take any credit. I thought about it, but then I left it to him. So the majority of that work was done by B&Q and Matt. Thank you, all of you, for being involved in that. The only part I did was I used the Cricut and some black vinyl to put my logo on top. Because what I noticed at some markets is that people, they've got the banners on your table or your tablecloth, but there's nothing really at their eye level. You know, when they're just coming from table to table, there's nothing at their eye level for them to know who you are. I don't need those on. I decided to put Sugar Bell everywhere that you can see it so people knew who I was, and they could just, it's quite visible then in your eye line. So I will link everything down below when I find it all. So I can't remember where I bought most of it from, but I will link it. I then, on the purple one, the purple thing in the middle, that's for my stickers. So I made sure that there was a shelf at the bottom to put other things on. And then I just put a business card holder from Amazon. It's made of acrylic. We drilled it on, and my die cut stickers go in there beautifully. Also, the shelves on the two main stands too. We just used a nail gun. The royal we. I didn't do anything. Matt used a nail gun to staple, fire nails. What do you do with it? It's like a gun. It's terrifying. And the shelves got attached so that I could stack prints on them, and it works perfectly. I can't put A4 on there, but I wanted 3 so I could have as many as possible, and I just keep on there my 6x6 and 5x7 prints because they fit perfectly, and you can kind of get the gist of what's going on just by seeing all the prints that I have on display there. Tablecloth. Bought that in cream because that's kind of my brand colour. And then I got the signage, the sign made at the front. I have that, and it's waterproof as well. It's in like a sort of plasticky material. It folds up, rolls into a little ball, and then I just attach it to the tablecloth with they're like a giant safety pin. I tried other ways of attaching it with clips and things like that, but the safety pin is the thing that worked well, and it's really easy to get it on and off, and it doesn't damage the tablecloth because the tablecloth is so stretchy. So the sign is perfect. It's got my website on there as well, so people know who I am and where that they can shop. And then on the table itself, I have an acrylic stand with my stickers in. I use envelopes at the back, small envelopes, board-backed envelopes behind so that the stickers don't flop down. That works really, really well because when I used to put them in there originally, they used to flop and it really annoyed me. So I just put board-back envelopes behind, and that keeps them stood upright. I use business card acrylic shelving as well for my pin displays, and I've got 2 of those. And then I also have boxes. I use the plastic crates as well to put my A4 prints in, and people can just flick through them, and that seems to work really, really well. Other essential items I think are business cards on the table, 100%. Paper bags, so when people order from you, put it in a bag with either your business card, or I put in one of those which goes in every order, and it's got all my details on, all my social media and my website on there as well. Because I'll say this, from Stationery Fest, I bought things from a few people, and when I got them home and put them in my bag, I had no idea who I'd bought from. I had absolutely no idea. So I think even if you just put it straight in a bag with a business card or whatever, people will be like, oh yeah, I bought it from her, because when they're buying lots of things, they might not remember. So it's a really good idea to either put, if you've got your logo on, fine, but stick it in a bag with your business card. People are going to remember who you are. Another thing is a card reader. I just think they're essential. I don't take cash when I go to markets. I only take card. I've got the Square Reader. The Square Reader is perfect. It's got an app on my phone, so people can pay on my phone via Bluetooth or with Apple Pay. And I've got the physical reader, which you can put your card in, or it's just contactless. The only thing is, I have seen people use SumUp, and that, I think their card reader is probably better than Square, because it does show you when the person's putting their contactless on, it's got the price on and it's got how much that person's paying, and the Square one doesn't. You just give them the little square and then they tap it, but you could be charging them 300 quid and they're just like, thanks. So I do think maybe the SumUp reader is a little bit better. I think they're all kind of the same, aren't they? But the Square reader was like 20 quid, and then the app is free, and it's 1 point something percent to transfer it into your bank account, so they only take a tiny fee. It's really good. I can recommend it. Other things that I think you need for a market: snacks. Take something with you. I think it's really good that when I'm there, I'll take my iPad or I'll take my sketchbook and I'll just sit and draw. So on the Sunday that I was there, I finished this drawing, my sweets drawing, that's what I did on that Sunday because I was not busy. But anyone that was coming past could see that I was working and doing artwork, and they'd have a little nosy. And I think it just kind of shows people that you're sat there doing your craft. There was another lady there that was crocheting as she was sat there too. And I think it's lovely for people to see, if possible, that you're doing that whilst you're sat there. It's just nice for them, isn't it, to see what you're doing? I know that's not going to be an option for everybody. If you do pottery, it'd be weird if you brought your little kiln and everything with you. So yeah, that, if I think of anything else, I'll list it below. But I'm pretty sure I covered everything there, I think. And this is what my final setup kind of looks like. And that's, I hope that can give you a kind of an image of where I started with nothing. I started with absolutely nothing. And I built that up straight away. And it only took a day or two to kind of build everything, paint everything, and it's been perfect for me ever since. Another thing, a carrier, the wheelie thing. I don't know what they're called. We use it for our paddle boards when we go out, but I also use it for Sugar Bell craft markets. Everything fits in there and it goes straight in the car. It's the best thing ever. But you can wheel it in and out, and it saves you having to do multiple trips to the car and whatnot. So I think details in bag. Yeah, I think I've said everything. Sum up, square, tablecloth, back of stands. Yeah, I've done it all. Very chatty today, very chatty vlog. The next thing, oh, I'm so excited about this, is I had some wonderful happy mail from the very talented Charlene from Emodoré. I did a little unboxing yesterday because I was just so excited and I couldn't wait to open this. And these are wax melts, all made by Charlene. And she sent me some. Emodoré is all about creating feel-good scents that bring a little joy, comfort or nostalgia to your day without the worry of harmful ingredients. Now, I am all about bringing comfort and joy to my day. I really am. I love it. I have just, I'm not going to lie, tidied my house purposely so I could light one of these wax melts because I have to have a tidy house when I light them. I'm sure I'm not alone in that. That's right, let's have a good look. So this is my absolute favourite one, Sugar Floss. My God, now I have opened it because I've put one on, but look at that. It's so sparkly. It's so sparkly and matches my nails. I can't even cope with that. Now this smells sugar, sweet vanilla and musk. It smells like pastries and cakes and sweets. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells absolutely amazing. Now Charlene did say that she thought that this might be a scent that I liked, and I do. I absolutely adore this scent. It is beautiful. It's a soy and coconut wax melt and it's hand poured in Wimbledon. This one is Cuban oak, which is citrus, mint and musk. This smells like a sexy man. Yep, smells like a sexy man. This one is cashmere plums. My husband's a big fan of this one. Oh, that is plums, black cherries and musk. Oh, these are so nice. These are lovely. I love these smells. And then loads of little ones, little mini. So you can have, let me put that down. You can have like a little taster of everything. Buttery croissant. It does smell like a croissant. How have you done that? How have you made it smell like a croissant? Because that is what croissants smell like. It's wizardry. Lemon and lavender. Oh yeah, so that's like a bedroom scent, I would say. Pear and freesia. Yeah, that's nice. Very light, very delicate. Sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I just like the smells. Pain au chocolat. I don't understand how you can do that. How do you do that? How do you make it smell like the thing? Like how have you made... That one is a buttery croissant. How is this a pain au chocolat? Because you can smell the pastry, but you can smell the chocolate. If I went in the kitchen now and I opened the kids' pain au chocolat, it smells like this. Clever. Clever little sausage. This is strawberries and cream, and this has got sparkles in it. That is lovely. This is just a video of me smelling stuff. That's rosy. I love these. I cannot wait to try each and every one. I needed a new wax melt dealer, and Charlene, you've got the job. It's you. Charlene sells wax melts, but she also sells reed diffusers. So I think I'm going to have to get the Sugar Floss Reed Diffuser because I need that smell constantly in my life. It is beautiful. They are wonderful, Charlene. I will tag her and her shops down below. I love small businesses and supporting other small businesses. So please do go and give Charlene a follow. She's got a YouTube channel. I will link her shop. Please go and check her out. She has very kindly given a discount code, SugarBell10. I'll put that on the screen as well, so you can get yourself a cheeky little discount. You know, what more could you want? Right, next thing on my list. Next thing on the list then is I bought a scanner. See that behind me? I bought a scanner. Now, I have been meaning to do this for ages. I'll link the scanner below as well. I bought the Canon Lide 400 scanner, which is very, very, very affordable. I think it was £67 when I bought it on Amazon. And I just thought, do you know what? I'll give it a bash. I'm not going to lie, when I took it out of the box, I didn't read any instructions. I just plugged it in. USB is how it turns itself on. So I attached it straight to the Mac and hoped for the best. All I had to do was go and find it in printers and scanners, and there it was. So I didn't have to install anything, do anything. It just worked straight out of the box, which I'm a big fan of anything that does that. I'm a huge fan of anything that if you just plug it in, it works. And it did, so that was great. And I thought, I'm going to have a go at scanning. If you hadn't seen, I did do a painting drawing of Wheeler's Oyster Bar, which is an oyster bar that is in Whitstable, and we visited there a couple of years ago, and I stood outside that building drooling at it because it's so beautiful and thought, I'm going to draw that one day. And I did last week. I made this using Holbein acrylic gouache, Holbein pencils, and Caran d'Ache Neo colours. And it's beautiful, and I love it. And it's in my sketchbook. And I thought, I'd really love to get that onto a print. Now, I could have taken a photo. I could have done that. But I've only got an iPhone, and I just thought, a scanner, it's easier, isn't it? So in it scanned, it's A4 sized, it's down here, I'll show you after, and it's really easy to stow away. Scanned it in, and here is the final scanned image. I did have a tinker around in Photoshop, get a bit annoyed, I'm not going to lie, because I'm not that savvy with Photoshop. I am an Illustrator girl. The only thing I do in Photoshop is mock-ups, but I had to Google and watch Skillshare tutorials on how to digitize your artwork, all sorts. I managed to do it anyway. And here it is, the final piece. So I will now be able to upload my actual artwork and sell it as prints, which is what I've been on about for ages, but I've finally done it. So yeah, I've got my artwork. Now I am working on a new artwork piece, which is going to be watercolour, and it's going to be, get ready for it, the Lennox Spice Village. I don't know if you can see that behind me, or I'll put a video of the Spice Village on there. I am going to be painting these in watercolour, and they are going to be beautiful. I have drawn each individual house on my iPad, and it took me ages to put them all in the right order, an order where I think the right sort of spice and whatnot sits well next to the other one. And so I've done that, and what I'm going to do is use my iPad as a light box and trace over those images and use that as a template to paint. So that's my next plan. That's exciting, isn't it? And then I can scan it in. Amazing. So I will have the Lennox Spice Village as a print and also stickers. So that's very lovely. HRT. If you watched my last vlog, you will know that I had a run-in, shall we say, with a doctor at my surgery, and he was adamant that I was not in perimenopause. At the age of 42, I was too young. Those were his words. You are too young. And so he did not want to prescribe me HRT, despite me already having a conversation with the doctor a few days before, who was adamant I was in perimenopause and was happy to prescribe me HRT. So I had a bit of a back and forth, shall we say, with the manager of the practice. God, a proper Karen. And I had another appointment with a different doctor. So 3 doctors in total. And I had my blood test. I had my blood results. My blood results were perfect. Perfect. Every single thing spot on. Every single thing. What a lovely, healthy woman I am. But my hormone levels were perfect also. Absolutely smack bang where they should be. So the doctor said, "You're not in perimenopause." Now, your girl here used to be a nurse and also likes to read. I like to read things and I like to know what I'm talking about. And so I took the nice guidelines with me, and it says on there, this is for anyone who's going through this, by the way. If you are aged 40 to 45 and you are having vasomotor symptoms, i.e. hot flashes and sweating overnight, you should be prescribed HRT or offered it. There you go. Nice guidelines. That's what they are there for. And so I went armed with that, but I didn't need to fight. This doctor just sat and listened. She was absolutely wonderful. She said, "Sarah, you are in perimenopause." She said, "Your hormone levels are different every single day. It doesn't matter what one blood test says." I know. And she has given me some HRT. So I am now taking estrogen gel and progesterone tablets. For those of you that don't know how HRT works, because I didn't either, the estrogen gel you just put every day, every single day you put estrogen gel on, and then on day 15 to 26 of your cycle, regardless of whether you bleed or not, you take your progesterone. So it mimics a woman's natural cycle. Now, within 2-3 days of having the estrogen gel on, no hot flashes, 0 anxiety, no heart palpitations. My energy skyrocketed. I feel like a different woman. I cannot stress that enough. I feel like I used to feel in my 20s and early 30s. I feel brilliant, and it has changed. It's changed me, and I am annoyed. I'm not annoyed at myself. I can't believe I waited so long. I knew I was going to get fobbed off at being 42, and I know a lot of people do. And 45 is the magic number in the UK. As soon as you hit 45, you can have what you like. But if you're pre-45, they're a bit iffy with you. Despite you knowing your own body like I do, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon that I've, managed to sort that out and get that under control, because I was really suffering. I don't think I realised how badly I was suffering. It's given me a new lease of life. I'm so happy that I managed to get that sorted. So yeah, happy creative me is here and back again. And my brain just feels like it's working. It's like fired up again. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful. And I've got all these ideas that I kind of lost. And even though I still have those fleeting moments of what am I doing, it comes back really quickly. I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. It's cool. But yeah, I'm really happy. And thank you for all your lovely comments on that last time, because they were much appreciated, and having that support from you guys. So I am now going to go to my mum's house. She has made a fig tart. I have no idea what a fig tart will be like. It sounds nice. She has a big fig tree in her garden. Rambling. Stop. Shh. So I'm going to go to my mum's now, and then hopefully I will come home and edit this vlog later on today and get this out to you tomorrow. That's my plan anyway. I know it's been a chatty one. It's just talking head, isn't it? I'm sorry about that. I will try and film much more next week. I'm going to do a bit more of an art style vlog for next week and do my Lennox Spice Village painting, scanning, that kind of thing, and how I've done it. So thank you so very much for watching. If you made it this far into the vlog, please leave me I want to say a rat. Leave me a rat. Yeah, leave me a rat emoji. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, please subscribe, do those things. Help a girl out. Thank you so much. And I will see you next week for a little arty vlog. See you later.